Ladies and gentlemen, listen to me and listen attentively. This week, we feast. Yep. This week, we're going to be feasting on drama overload, chaos overload. Are you hearing me? Guys, this week is about to get crazier than we actually expected, or we are actually anticipating, because here I was thinking that the only dramas that we're going to be experiencing this week will be the friendship rift between Mide and Dede, the tension between Dede and Kola, and then this new twisted plan that Isabella has been cooking up, conniving with Big Soso and Sultana to disrupt the ship between Mide and Bright. Ladies and gentlemen, here I was thinking that that was the only content, the only drama that we will be feasting on this week. But ladies and gentlemen, the God of entertainment had other plans for us. You know what I mean? Lo and behold, the head of house challenger happened. And guess who won? Faith won. Ladies and gentlemen, Faith did not only win the head of house challenger. This guy, in less than 30 minutes, he already started setting the housemates straight as a ruler. And ladies and gentlemen, it's sweeting me. Yo. Listen, a lot of you might be wondering, why is she excited? A lot of you might be saying that, oh my God, she's excited because Faith is very Faith. Yeah, whatever. I've heard that a million times over. But here is the tea. Here's the real tea. You see all the loopholes in the reigns, in the leadership style of all the previous heads of house. Ladies and gentlemen, Faith is here to correct it all. Somebody shout power! Somebody shout power! Yo! Ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I know I'm being very dramatic, but I'm just so excited. I'm trying so hard to keep calm, but I can't even keep calm. I even tried tying my scarf. I could not tie this scarf. But look at it this way, yeah? Look at it this way. We're in for some good times this week, all right? Now, let me take it from the very top so that you do not miss out on anything, all right? So we all know how it happens in Big Brother's house. Head of house challenge happens Sunday evening, an hour after the live eviction show. So it happened. Sultana emerged the winner. Big Brother introduced a new theme of the week. Housemates are already grumbling about the lowered standard of living that they have to deal with this week. Yes. And so just when they thought that Sultana is the head of house, she's going to be sweet, she's going to be kind, she's not going to be too hard on us, guess what? Fate had faith in store for the housemates. Did you catch that? Fate had faith in store for the housemates. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, the head of house challenger happened, and just by some random pick of the housemates in the lucky dip box, Faith was number 5. They played the game. Faith emerged the winner, to the annoyance of a lot of the housemates, especially Doris and her husband, Denari. They were not happy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you had seen Doris's face when Big Brother was announcing Faith, as a matter of fact, the way Big Brother even announced Faith as the new head of house, see, it triggered a lot of people, especially Doris. Doris almost exploded. You know, she's already looking like one ripe balloon. She wanted to explode. Blah! The girl was already angry. Big Brother introduced Faith as, oh, it might seem as though the man that says he always wins has finally won the head of house challenger. Hey! Everywhere scatter. Everywhere scatter. It felt like Doris See, guys, if looks could kill, Doris was already firing daggers at Faith. But guess what? Faith did not even see her. He did not even notice her existence. Remember, she's already upset about so many things, which I shared on my previous video. She's also upset that both of them are not in the same wager team, so that she can flex her creativity on him. So she's already upset. She's already mad at him. She did not expect that he was going to emerge the head of house, because she was also one of the challengers and she did not win. So she was very upset. So ladies and gentlemen, massive, massive, massive congratulations to Faith, the new head of house this week. Ladies and gentlemen, Faith already started his leadership on a strict note. Before we get into his leadership style, he had chosen Joanna as his guest, and Joanna, of course, was so excited for it. But then, sadly, the way Sultana and Biggs also enjoyed the perks of the Head of House Lounge last night, Faith and Joanna will not be enjoying it that way. Yes, so the bed in the lounge now is a red tape zone. Yes, I remember on my earlier video today, I had actually complained about it, that the way I saw it happen during Big Brother and Zamzi, even the Head of House was not, exempt from the theme of the week. So it has to be a general thing that everybody in the house experiences. So I don't know, maybe Big Brother had plans that from this morning they were going to include the Head of House Lounge. I don't know, but it is now included. And I don't think he can even go to the penthouse. In other words, the fridge is out of bounds. So ladies and gentlemen, I feel sorry for Faith, but then again, I think he also has the privacy of the Head of House Lounge. So it's not so bad. I think it's even better than, gathering in clusters with other housemates in the lounge and in the bedrooms. Anyways, back to Faith's leadership style. Ladies and gentlemen, Faith did not come to play. Faith did not come to sing Kumbaya and hold hands with his housemates. No. Our guy has seen enough nonsense, enough disrespect of the head of house authority, enough condescending behavior, from housemates towards the title and the authority of head of house. So this time around, even though he did not want the head of house title, as he said, he came prepared. So Big Brother had summoned him into the diary room and had instructed him to read out a brief which contained instructions for the punishments of all of those housemates that have crazy microphone infringements and are even responsible for damaging their microphones and transmitters. Yes, if you had caught up with last week Monday's live nomination process, towards the end, I informed you all that there were about 6 or 7 or 8 housemates who were guilty of damaging their microphones one way or the other. So their punishment came in today. Thelma inclusive. Guys, if I can remember all of their names, I'll mention, but these are the people I remember. There is there's Sultana, there's Doris, there's Isabella, there's Kola, there's Bright, there is Ruboy, there is Manson, there is Thelma, making her number 8, if I am not wrong. So all of these people are actually guilty. Yeah. Now, before Faith had gone ahead to read the brief, he had thanked the housemates for, nominating him, for voting for him to be the most influential player of the week. He told them that he was actually surprised. He did not see it coming. He did not expect it. And then specifically to the housemates that voted for him, he told them, thank you. I was very surprised. I did not see it coming. And then he went ahead to tell them that, to be very honest, he does not really want this head of house position. But then it has happened and he's here now. So, beginning with changing of batteries, he's not going to be chasing them around to change their batteries. According to how, guys, this Faith is so brilliant. The guy is so intelligent. He's so intelligent because the way he explained it, that was the best way to explain it to a bunch of child adults who move around acting like their brains are on the floor and they are walking on their brains. Because common sense should tell them that what Faith said, they should already know it. Because how is it that they don't know it? Anyways, let me repeat what Faith said. I'm going to try as much as possible to get the exact words he used, but I'm also going to be paraphrasing. So he had explained to them that, listen, you want to be heard, you want to be seen. And the reason why you're here is because of those reasons. So if you do not change your battery and your battery runs out, it means your fans will not hear you, your family, your friends, your loved ones out there watching you will not hear you, and they will not see you. So the best way for you to be heard, to be seen, and to gain the full experience of your stay here is to change your battery and ensure that your microphone is always powered up. So when it is time to change batteries, I'm going to drop the batteries here. You will come, you will change it, and you will go. I will not chase after you to help you change your batteries. I will not be doing that. Ladies and gentlemen, hey, ladies and gentlemen, the moment Faith said that, see, I felt like flying through my TV screen into that house to go and give that guy a massive, massive hug. Because what better way to put it? Common sense should tell the housemates that that is what it is. You want to be heard, you want to be seen, you want screen time, you want screen time. How do you get screen time when your microphone is out of battery? And you know that you should change your battery. But guys, have you noticed that every morning and evening, when Big Brother summons the head of house to come get batteries for battery change, these housemates will be busy doing God knows what. It is the head of house that will be chasing after the housemates. Guys, come and change your battery. Come and change your battery now. Come and change now. Some of them will be like, oh, change it for me. Change it for me. And then the head of house will now be changing battery for them. I don't understand. Is the head of house supposed to be the servant, as in the slave? Because it's one thing to be a servant in service, and then it's another thing to be a servant in slavery. So is the head of house supposed to be a servant in slavery to the housemates? How is it that they don't know that to be in Big Brother's house and to be seen and heard, it is imperative to change your batteries? So the moment Faith put it that way for all of them, some of the housemates were very impressed, and they could not help it, but they were clapping. They were saying, hey, yes, yes. Some of them were angry as Faith was speaking. The likes of Bbnaija was already like this. That one was angry. Oh, I even forgot to mention that after Faith had won head of house and the housemates were in the garden, Doris was already, poisoning Bbnaija's mind towards Faith, saying all sorts and saying that, oh, Faith is very provocative. He's very provocative. And Bbnaija was saying that, that he's going to disrespect Faith, that he's going to beat up this guy in this house, that even Big Brother will not be able to do anything about it. I say, Bbnaija, you. Guys, I don't want to say what I want to say about Bbnaija. If I say, people will say I'm very wicked, but let me not say it. Should I say it? Let me say it. So Bbnaija said what he said. And I looked at this guy and I'm like, hold on a second, dude. You never used to be this hateful or spiteful. But as much as you and Doris have a beautiful relationship, she has successfully initiated you into a coven of spitefulness. Whenever Doris does not like any housemate, whenever she has issues with any housemate, she always has a way of successfully roping Bbnaija into her malice with that person. And that's exactly what she has done with Faith. And now Bbnaija is threatening to beat up Faith in Big Brother's house on live TV, whether he's joking or not. The nerve. A guy that sits down in that relationship like all these stay-at-home husbands that don't want to do anything, so they will just chill and wait. Then their wife will go and hustle for food and come back. And as they are hustling for food, they are hustling for problem. And Bbnaija's own is to be ready to go and fight. Like, dude! Fight for yourself in that house. What the hell? I'm sorry, guys. It might seem a bit harsh, but it is the fact. Because that is what Doris and Bbnaija's relationship has resorted to. A mobilization of alliance to go and fight enemies, in quotes. But anyways, as I was saying, it was because of that reason that when Faith was making his first head of house speech, Bbnaija was angry, Doris was angry, but a lot of the housemates were quite impressed. Anyways, fast forward, Faith mentioned that they were going to have a head of house, they were going to have a kitchen prefect because they needed the kitchen to always be clean. Because guys, as at that time, the kitchen was a complete mess. But I love what Faith did. After the meeting and everything, this guy went to the kitchen by himself, checked out everybody's food that they covered, kept it neatly, and then he started doing all the dishes. He cleaned the entire kitchen. Even K-Bobo brought plates. Faith said, drop it and wash it. This guy cleaned the whole kitchen by himself. He did not complain. He did not call anybody to come and shift anything. He did everything himself. I said, yes, this is how to lead by example. You lead by example. Because by the time he decides to, get a kitchen prefect, nobody is going to come and say that, the kitchen is dirty. I'm not the one that messed it up. Let the person, yeah. Nobody is going to come and be making noise. He has already handled it with wisdom. In other words, he is giving the kitchen a fresh, clean slate so that they start on a fresh, clean slate this week in his head of house reign. So I was so proud of Faith. I was so proud of him. But that is not the main cocoa of the matter. That's not the main crux of the matter. The main crux of the matter is an issue that suddenly developed between Faith, Thelma, and Big Brother also got involved. Ladies and gentlemen, Thelma might be in for a shocker tonight during the live nomination show. Now, this is what happened between Faith and Thelma. So remember, I had mentioned that Big Brother had instructed Faith to summon the housemates into the house in 3 minutes, which he did respectfully, by the way. He gave everybody time to complete whatever they were doing at hand and then gather in the lounge. And everybody did gather in the lounge. So after making his first head of house speech, he proceeded to read the brief. The brief read that the people that were non-compliant, that's the violators of Big Brother's rule book, right? These people have already mentioned that they were to wear this massive placards that were shaped like big microphones, right? They were to wear it around their neck. And then they were given these big exercise books to write a certain statement. I can't remember the statement at this point in time, but they were to write it. Right? They were to fill up the book, the same kind of punishment that Culture had been given for, threatening people in the house. So they were to write it, yeah? And they were to, of course, finish it up, I think before Friday or thereabout. So Faith had gone ahead to read it up, and then he had called them that they should come one after the other to come and collect their punishment kits. That's what it's called. They should come and collect their punishment kits. Every single one of them stood up and went one after the other. In fact, not even one after the other. They all went at once to go and get it. But guess what? Thelma sat down where she was, eating noodles. She refused to stand up. She did not budge. She sat there. Everybody had collected theirs. Thelma was making faces. You know that her stinking attitude, making faces. She's not going anywhere. The madam of the house. So, I think Kola wanted to collect it and go and give Thelma, and Faith said no. The instruction was for them to come and collect their punishment kits. Is Thelma bigger than everybody else? She has to come and collect her kits. This is based on Big Brother's instruction. She needs to come and collect her kits. She cannot sit down there while other violators are already here. They've collected their kits. Some of them have even gone and start writing their punishment without complaint. But Thelma sat down where she was. So, Kola was trying to drag the thing. Faith said, Kola, no, just leave it. I'm following instructions here. Mide was now kind of appealing to Faith that, Faith, please, just leave it, okay? Don't start your head of house reign with this problem. Just leave it. And Faith was like, no. Now, Denari was there. The guy was irritated. He was angry. He was aggravated. Before we knew it, he started shouting at Mide, leave him now. Why are you begging? Leave him. Let him do what is on his mind now. Leave him now. Like he was trying to instigate something. I don't even understand whose side he was on. And Mide too flared up like, why are you shouting at me? Does it look like I'm actually begging him? I'm just trying to let peace reign. Why are you shouting at me? So both of them were, okay, not both of them, but Mide was literally shouting at Denari, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me again. I'm just trying to let peace reign. Don't talk to me. Shouted. That one happened. Kola left it. That one was already crying. Nepo baby. Oh, Big Brother. No chair in this house. How am I going to sit down and write this thing to, from start to finish? Faith left Thelma's own punishment kit on the head of house podium, because even the head of house chair, the throne, was sealed off. It's a red zone, so he left it on the podium there. Thelma still sat where she sat. She took her time, and then when she was satisfied, she now stood up and was headed to go and pick up her punishment kit. At that exact time, Big Brother had already summoned Faith, the head of house, to the diary room. We don't know what was discussed there. But by the time Thelma was bending down to pick up her punishment kit, Faith was already out of the head of house, of the diary room, and was like, "Oh, Thelma, please drop it." And she was like, "Oh, why?" He said, "Oh, Big Brother wants me to bring it to the diary room." She was like, "Oh, okay." And then he went, packed all the kits, and took it to the diary room. Rude Boy could sense that there was something wrong. Miss Abela was saying that, and they should come and collect my own too now. So Rude Boy was like, "You say, shut up now. You don't even know what's happening now." So Thelma kept quiet and walked outside like there's no problem, like she doesn't care. But everybody in the lounge at that point in time that witnessed what happened, they could sense that there was trouble brewing somewhere for Thelma. Because as at the time of filming this video, every single violator of Big Brother's rules, they are currently serving their punishment. They are writing their punishment in their notebooks. Thelma is the only person that is not doing anything. And ever since then till now, the camera will focus on her face, so you will see how she's like this. She's breathing. You can tell that she's panicking internally because she knows that she has fucked up. She knows that she has actually provoked Big Brother. Now, personally, I don't know why Big Brother asked Faith to return her punishment kit, but here are my expectations. My expectation is number one, Thelma deserves a much more bigger punishment than this. She's going to observe that same punishment, yeah? I mean, if I were Big Brother, I know I'm not Big Brother, but if I were Big Brother, she's going to observe that same punishment. Then in addition to it, she'll be cleaning the whole house. She'll be doing all the dishes in addition to that. So that her pride, it will calm down. Because a lot of you might not understand what Thelma did, but do you know that she was actually rude and disrespectful and condescending to Big Brother himself, not Faith? Because Faith was not the one that summoned the whole house to the lounge, and he did that respectfully, politely. Nobody had a single complaint, aside the people like Thelma and Doris and Denari that have issues against him. And one thing Big Brother has always told his housemates, it's even in the rule book, the head of house represents Big Brother in flesh and blood. So where you disrespect the head of house, especially when Big Brother has instructed the head of house to summon the whole house for a brief, you are actually outrightly disrespecting Big Brother himself. And that was exactly what Thelma did. She blatantly disrespected Big Brother, and she needs to be properly punished for it. So ladies and gentlemen, you know how after the whole nominations process, Big Brother addresses some of the house rules that have been broken. I'm really hoping that Big Brother also takes out time during that period, to address Thelma's disregard for his authority. If Big Brother does not, then there's a problem somewhere. But anyways, I would love to hear your thoughts about all of this that I have shared on this video. Go ahead, share the comment section below. I will see you guys on my next video. Thanks for watching. Have an amazing day. Bye.